What's going on, guys? This is going to be probably the last episode of the internal series. In this one I'm just going to show you how to get the cams working, and then how you can control the cams with the menu, and that's going to be it really. I'm going to take a bit of a break from game hacking. I'll probably just start uploading different programming videos or more of my music videos. I'm just getting kind of tired of this game hacking stuff. I'll probably get back into it, but we'll see. So I recently had to wipe my computer, so I don't have these libraries installed. So since I've been getting a lot of comments and stuff with people saying that they're having trouble setting up the libraries, I thought I'd just show you guys how to set it up, as if you guys just downloaded this, or if you guys just coded this and you don't know how to get the libraries going. So yeah, first thing we're going to start with getting the DirectX library or the SDK. So I'm going to link it in the description. You'll end up on this page, click download and let it download, and then you're going to install that. While that's downloading, I'm going to head over to the GitHub page where we're going to get the detours. This is where people had the most issues with getting the detours.lib. So what you have to do is, I'll link this in the description. You just got to download the source code, and then you're going to have to compile this project, okay? And that's going to give you the .lib. Now, while DirectX is downloading, I'll just show you how to do this thing. So I'm just going to drag this onto my desktop. Alright, so I just dragged it onto my desktop, and I'm just going to open the solution file, and we're going to get this solution set up, and we're going to compile it. Now we want it going for Win32. Yeah, I'm going to put it in, I'm going to leave it in debug because that's a lot of options. I was going to make a release, but I don't think there's going to be much of a difference. So open detours or CPP. I'm just going to try build it straight away. Oh, we have to retarget it first. Okay, retargeting complete, and then I'm going to build it. Alright, there we go. Finish compiling. We have detours.lib. I'm going to follow this. I'm just going to copy this folder directory. I'm going to paste it in here. Oh, it's in here anyway. Okay. Alright, so it compiled, and I'm just going to find where it put the file. Here, there it is. So this is the file we need to include into our hack project over here. So I'm going to go in project settings. I'm going to go into C++ directories, include directories. It's got some of them, but I think this might be, these directories probably won't work for you. So I'm just going to add my own here. I'm going to find detours. There it is. So I'm looking for the .h files. So I think it's in here, right? I'm gonna double check. Yeah, alright, so it's in there. Anything in here? Might need that, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so I included this folder here. I'm gonna apply, see if it gets rid of this error. It does, so that should be fine. Now we just need to include the .lib. So you're going to go into same place, you're going to go library directories, and you're going to add the directory of the .lib. So I'm going to look for that folder again. There it is, Win32 debug, and it should be in there. So we're going to click apply. There you go. Alright, now we're going to get DirectX set up. So we're going down here to finish downloading. Run. Yeah, whatever. I don't want to do that. Cool. Alright, download, sure. Alright, so it's finished downloading. Just gonna close then. Oh, no, it's okay, it's still going. Okay, so now it's done. Just click finish, and then we're gonna see if we can. We're gonna see if we can fucking include it into the project. So I'm going to go into include directories here, and we're going to find where it's installed. I think it's in C x86, and then Microsoft something. There it is. Then you go include, because we want to do include, that's okay, and then we need to do libs. So we go in the same place, but instead of include, we go in libs. It's crazy. So there we go, lib, and what are we doing? x86, so we're going x86. Alright, cool. So all this should fucking go away. If it doesn't, oh, we need imgui. Didn't I include it in here? Yes. I'm so good at programming, bro. Alright, so yeah, we just gotta include it here. So apparently it's in this file here. I just select that, I think. Yes, alright, there we go. So everything's going, I think. I'm just gonna try build to see if I get an error, and hopefully I don't. What does this even mean, bro? What? Just can't. Yes, I think I need to compile the detours in release. So I'm just going to change it to release there, and then I'm going to build it. Okay, cool. So we've got one built in a release. So I'm going to change the include that we have here to the release version instead of the debug version. So I'm going to the library directories. You see here it has debug. I'm just going to change that to release. Yeah, just like that. Click OK, apply, and I'm going to try build again. If I get the same errors, I'm going to be quite upset. No, alright, so it had to be in release. Alright, there you go, guys. So, alright, we've got everything going. All the includes are going, all the libraries are going, everything is nice. We can start coding now. So I'm going to open up my cheat sheet here. I'm just going to copy the code. So I haven't coded in like fucking 3 months, and I also just woke up, so this is going to be fun. I need to find where I'm at right now, so we're going to have to do a lot. We're going to have to add like over 200 lines of code for this one to get the cams going, so it's going to be a good time. Buckle in, boys. Show menu, cams, yeah, alright, cool. So we're gonna add a bunch of shit up here. I'm just gonna add all these variables. Fuck me, bro. Alrighty, that's gonna be null. And then we need this device 9. Yeah. Fuck, what's it called? I'm just gonna copy it. Yep. It's funny. The more I do this, the lower the quality of my videos go. It's crazy. Yeah. Equals null. Cool. And then we need the present parameters. D3D. Present underscore parameters. Crazy. Alright. I'm not gonna worry about indenting the names because it's just gonna take up too much time. And then we need iDirect 3D pixel shader 9. That's a pointer apparently. And we're gonna have shader back and shader front. Alright, cool. So that's those ones. Do I have that in this thing? Let's see. No, I don't. Cool. Alright, so apparently we need some shit for... do I really need that? Okay, cool. So I'm just going to skip that. Hopefully we don't need that. I'm just going to keep adding the variables here. We're going to need solar stride, vertex elements, element 9. It's going to be an array. Max D3D. Yeah, that one. Alright, cool. We're going to need couple uints here, boys. I'm gonna need 3, so we got num elements m start register and vector counts. Exciting. Next we need another vertex shader. Didn't I already use that? No, pixel shader. Surely I can just replace this with vertex and it'll work. I'm a genius. Alright, that's gonna be a pointer as well. Alright, cool. And then we need another uint. Sorry, the code I'm copying is really messy, like it's shit fucking code. So, I gotta sort it out in my head and then type it, you know? It's crazy. We need another pixel shader, so I'm just gonna do this. That's gonna be P shader. And then we need another uint. Oh my god. P size. Alright. So that's those. Then we have this. Okay. So I'm gonna start declaring functions. I'm gonna do them here. Oops. Okay, we're gonna have to do a lot of functions here. So okay, cool. So I just went quiet that whole time because I'm just copying code at this point. I'm not even gonna pretend, bro. Because I coded this like fucking 6 months ago. I've got no idea what's going on. I'm just trying to get this video out so I don't feel bad for you guys, because fuck, bro. Fuck. Alright, so that's the first one. We're gonna have to do this another fucking 7 times. So I'm just gonna copy this, which is probably not a good idea, but fuck it. Next one's gonna be set vertex declaration. Cool. What are the parameters? Yep. Those are the parameters. And then gonna do that. Cool. This isn't meant to be that. I think it's meant to be like that. Yeah. Cool. Alright. Next one. I'm just gonna type it out. What am I fucking looking at? Oh my lord. What the fuck did I just... Alright, so we did vertex declaration and we need shader constant. Alright, so just be brackets, API entry, set vertex shader constant F, close that, open a new one, parameters, device 9, pointer. Alright, cool. It's meant to be this. Cool. Now we need to do the oh my god, this is so fucking boring. Oh, we've only done 3 so far, bro. I honestly feel like just copy and pasting all of them and just letting you guys pause the video for it. But I don't know. We'll see how we go. What am I up to? Set vertex shader. Gotcha. Yeah, cool. fuck? Just gonna copy it, whatever. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna copy the rest. There's only a couple more. I don't think we need all of them though. I'm just gonna double check. Yep. Okay, so we need up to set pixel shader. Okay, cool. So we only need like 2 more. I'm just gonna copy them. You guys can pause and copy it. It's just these 2 functions here, draw index primitive and set pixel shader. So these are all the functions that we're gonna hook right here. As you can tell, I'm very bored. Okay. So we got all that down. We're gonna add some more functions here. We need one to generate shaders. What's a shader? It's a thing you put on a fucking thing, a model in the game. And what are we gonna do? We're gonna change the shader of the player models in the game. And guess what that's called? That's called chams, bro. I think. I don't know. Yup. Pointer, and we're gonna need the device. And then pixel shader. I just woke up, by the way, so. Ooh, double pointer. Wow, look at that. That's fucking insane. You don't see that often, do you? Crazy. And some color shit here. Cool. Alright. I don't know what I just did. I just pressed some buttons and I'm scared. Alright, cool. Why did I put a semicolon there? Yeah, I'm just gonna copy this code because it's fucking annoying. Alright, there you go, guys. Just pause it and copy that shit. I got no idea what it's doing. I just copied this off the internet. I'm not even gonna lie. Yep. So, what else are we gonna need? Alright, so let's code this function. Let's go. So it's gonna need this char array here. 256. Cool. Gonna need a buffer. Okay. Point on. And then we're gonna fill it up. So we're gonna use print _s. Oh my god, it was just there. Cool. So PS 1.1. So to be completely honest, I've got no clue what this is doing. I think it's like some assembly or some shit, and it's putting it into a buffer. But you know, if you asked me to explain it, I honestly couldn't. It needs to be 4. Yeah. So I'm just copying at this point because I don't know what's happening. Alright, cool. And then we put, yep, parameters, cool. And apparently 1.0f. Alright, cool. Alright, next thing we're going to use a function called assemble shader. I'm guessing it's going to assemble a shader. Crazy. So we're going to put that shit that we just put there, which is, I don't fucking know, some assembly or some shit, fuck, who knows, right? And it's going to be size of that. Cool. And then null, and p fucking fuck, dude. I'm just gonna go, actually, yep. Cool. Okay. I spelled it wrong, I think. Yeah. Don't know what I spelled wrong. Yeah, cool. And it needs to be passed by reference. Alright, cool. What's after that? We're gonna do an if check, see if it failed. Cool. So if cool. Fuck. Alright, so that's the generate shader function. Yeah, cool. Do I know what it does? Generates a shader. Do I know anything more than that? No, I don't. So I think now we're just gonna hook the functions. Or create the hooks, actually. Yeah, we're gonna code the hooks and then code the part where we hook them. So what's this part? Message handler. Alright, cool. So no, we're just gonna go like all the way down here. Yeah, so before the main thread, I'm just gonna put all the function hooks. Alright, so we're gonna code all the hooks. I think if I just copy the things up here, it'll be quicker. Yeah, so we've already done end scene. I'm gonna do index primitive first. I think this is the biggest one. Alright, so just get rid of that, and then I think we can code it here, right? And then we get rid of this. Cool. So what we're gonna do here is okay, so alright, so the first function we're going to do is going to be set stream hook. So I'm just going to go up here, set stream, yeah. So where's our, this is hook end scene. Alright, so we'll do it after here. Cool. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little bit of code. So we're going to if the stream number is 0, we're going to set the stride value that we created before. Okay. So I have to actually type out the parameters here. I'm just going to copy paste it. Alright. So I'll just leave it here for a bit so you guys can copy. We got the device, stream number, stream data, offset in bytes, and then the stride. And this is the only value we care about. Alright, so yeah, if the stream number is 0, we want to get the store the stride. Otherwise, okay, so the first function we're going to do here is set stream source hook. So I need to actually put hresult API entry first. Then we're going to put stream source underscore hook. Alright, that's what we want. It's just going to be our device. Then we need the stream number. Alright, so this last parameter is the only one we care about, the S stride. So those are the parameters there. Now we're just going to do a check here. We're going to say if the stream number is 0, we want to store the stride value. I think we did this without a capital, so lowercase, yeah. And then so we got that, and then we'll just return the original. And we're going to pass all the parameters. So we got the device, stream number, stream data, offset in bytes, and then the stride. Cool. Alright, so that's the first function. Apparently this is bad. We have to do by reference or something. No. I must have coded this wrong then, probably. I think this needs to be a pointer, yeah. So there we go. So up where we declared the function, you want to make sure this is a pointer. Alright, cool. On to the next function here. So we did stream source. Now we need set vertex declaration. Alright, cool. So we're going to need the device. Oh. And then we're just going to need the declaration. Cool. What we're going to do here is if the pointer is null, or if it's not null actually, going to get the declaration and num elements. Alright, cool. Then we need to return the original. Cool. So that's 2 down, a couple more to go. Now we need set vertex shader. Cool. Did I do any errors up here? Okay, I don't think so. This one, we're just going to do if check. If the constant data is not null, we're going to store a couple variables here. So we want the start register, and then we want the vector count. And all these values that we're storing, we're going to use it to figure out which model we want to change the shader of. So we're going to use all these values here, and then in draw index primitive we're going to use these values to see if it's the player model, and then if it's the player model we're going to pretty much activate the cams. So that's why we hook all these functions and store all these values here to determine what model we want to hack. So, and then we're just going to return the original. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Yep, cool. So we need the device anyway, but we need start register. So this is always just going to be the parameters that you have at the top here, because it's the same function. So p constant data, and then vector count. That should be it. I'm just going to copy it here. There you go, cool. Alright. I think one or two more functions to go, and we should be done. These are having problems. Why? Because I did the wrong name, that's why. Instead of hook, we want a rig. I probably screwed up the definition here. Yeah, that's meant to be a pointer. There we go. Alright. Okay, cool. So next function is set pixel shader, and this is, oh no, actually set vertex shader. Vertex shader. It's gonna be a pointer. VE shader, cool. What are we doing here? If VE shader is not null, gonna get a function here. Oh, whoops. And then null, and we want to pass v size. Alright, cool. That's it. Then we're going to return the original. Cool. Last function here is set pixel shader. And this is needs the device. Alrighty, and that's I'm just going to return the original. Okay, cool. So now we need to do draw index primitive. actually before we do that, alright, so we've done all the hooks except one, which is draw index primitive. But before we do that last hook, like I was talking about before, the reason we're hooking all these functions is to store certain values like stride, num elements, and all this, so that we can determine what model is currently being rendered, and then we can change like this shader. So the reason we're storing all these values is to determine what model we're looking at, so we can determine whether it's the player model, and then we're gonna, if it is the player model, we're gonna change the color of it and make it show through walls, which is basically chams. So we're gonna get some defines up here, which I did not set up myself. I just found these online, and I'm gonna probably put it in the description or something, so you guys can just copy paste it, because there is a lot. And basically, these are the values of the CSGO player models, right? So we've got terrorist player models and counter-terrorist player models, because they are different models. So I'm just copying this off my other screen here. So I'm just going to copy all of them, even though we only need the Dust 2 models, which is, I think, is the IDF ones, but I'm just going to copy all of them, because why not? To clean this up, I would probably put it in a different file, but I'm just going to put it all in this DLL main. So you can see there's a lot. So don't worry about copying it off the screen. I'll probably put it in the description, and you can just copy it off there. But as you can see, these defines have the values here. So stride is 32, num vertices 2118, and the way you would find these, let's say you want to do this for another game, is you want to do what's called model logging. So basically what you do is you set up these hooks that I've set up, and then in draw index primitive you would set up, like, let's say right arrow increases stride, left arrow decreases stride, for example, and you would basically just hold right arrow and increment values for stride. So you'd go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, and each increment you would basically activate wallhacks on whatever model is in that has that stride. So I'll probably put an example up maybe in the video, but yeah, that's basically what it is. So you just spam through all these random, not random, but increment through these values until you find the one you want, like the player model, or like, let's say, guns that are dropped on the floor, or loot boxes and stuff like that. So it takes a long time, but yeah, so I just found these online, and we're going to use these values. I think they're up to date. I'm not sure. I did code this quite a while ago, so hopefully they're up to date. If not, someone has probably updated these. You could probably find it online. So now now that we have all those defines, we're going to set up the draw index primitive hook, which uses those defines. So it's going to be hresults API entry draw index primitive, so it needs the device, Alright, so that's all the parameters. Now we can start coding the hook. So we're going to do a first if check here. We're going to see if chams is on. So that's our global variable for our menu, right? Our checkbox on our menu, if you remember that. So if we want chams, we're going to do chams. So alright, so first we're going to see if t underscore models or ct_models. Just giving an error, don't know why. Yep, alright. So we need to put these defines here that we coded earlier, all these variables. I'm just going to put them above these defines because we need it to be above. So I'm just going to Control X, which cuts it, and then I'm going to scroll all the way up above the defines, and then I'm just going to put them right here. Oops, oh no. Alright, cool. So now these defines should be working, and this error should go away here. Apparently not. Oh, stride needs to be capital S. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Control F. I'm going to click this thing. I'm going to find stride with the lowercase. I'm going to click this so it's case sensitive. So I want to replace stride with a lower s to stride with a capital S. That shouldn't affect anything in here. I'm going to click replace all. There we go. Cool. So now everything should be working. Fuck me, bro. When it's zoomed in, I can't see shit. I don't know where the... Alright, here it is. Alright, cool. All the errors are gone. Cool. So, gonna be pretty simple. Just a couple lines here. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use the device here. And we're going to set the render state to Z enable. We're gonna change the Z enable here, which I think, if I remember correctly, is basically like controls whether the model shows through walls or not. Basically, not through walls, but basically like just if it shows on top of everything else, right? So for example, if we activate it for a model, it'll show through walls, right? It'll show on top of every other model in the world. So that's basically, I think, what it does. I don't know. I haven't done this in a while. And then once we've done that, we're going to change the pixel shaders. So what's the pixel shaders? Basically just the color of it. We're going to change the color of the model so it's easier to see. So this is like the cams sort of aspect of it. So we're going to change the shader back. And this is going to help us do like, it's going to be one color if it's behind a wall and a different color if it's not behind a wall, basically. So it's kind of like viz check, kind of like visible cams. I'll put a picture of it up on the screen so you guys understand what I'm talking about. So we do this and then we call the original. And that's going to render the wallhacks. Okay, so after we call the original and it renders that, we're going to re-enable the Z buffer here. So I'm just going to copy paste this, set it to true instead. Okay, and then we're going to do the front color. So we're going to do this again, and I'm just going to change it to shade of front. So it's going to be two separate colors, I think. Alright. And that's pretty much it, I think, for the cams. Yeah, that's it. So now at the bottom here, we're just going to call the original again, but we're going to return it. So we're going to say return this. Okay. Yeah, so that should be it. Now we need to hook the functions up here. So okay, here we go. So I'm going to pretty much copy this. I'm just going to paste it for each one, but change a couple things. So we're going to do set stream source orig, and that's going to be set stream source. Yep. We're going to change the vtable index here. So this one's index 100, I believe. Yep. And we're going to replace it with our hook, so set stream source hook. There we go. Alright, so that's the first one. I'm going to copy this now and just going to keep doing what I'm doing. So next one is going to be set vertex declaration underscore rig. Set the data type there. The index is 87, and then change the hook here. Cool. So we're gonna have to do this for each hook that we've done. So okay, so okay, so before we build and all that, I need to fix a couple errors here in the code. So we need to recode the get d3d9 device, the function. So I'm just going to recode that, and then we need to add a couple more lines of code. So this function's a bool. So you've already got the function in the code, but it's wrong, so just delete it and replace it with this code here. Alright, so we finished this function. This should be working now. We just need to add one more thing in the init section here. You want to add these two lines here. So where it's in the end scene hook, where we're initializing, you want to add these two lines. You want to add this generate shader function and this one. So that should be it. We're going to build and then inject and see if it works. So I'm just using GH injector here, and I'm going to inject into CSGO. I've already got it open. So once you've done that, I'm just going to try inject. I'm using GH injector, and I'm going to inject into CSGO. I'm going to inject and see if it works. Press insert, the menu opens up. Cool. Okay, someone does too. Cams are working. You can see
We've dropped the bomb.
whatever's visible is going to be the blue color, and then whatever's not visible, like behind the player model, is going to be yellow. So you see like it's the tool belt and the gun and stuff is yellow.
No one is
So
here.
yeah, the cams are working. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. And this is probably going to be the last episode of the series.